In CFBISD, our goal is high achievement for all students. We're guided by 4 objectives. The first is improving instructional practice. Improving instructional practice is about making choices about our curriculum, and we've chosen understanding by design as our curriculum framework. It's a logical way to think through curriculum design that makes the learning more coherent. The curriculum is constantly revised and expanded to guide educators in CFB in the design of curriculum, instruction, and assessments to maximize student learning. We'll take an in-depth look at the design of the UBD framework and engage in an analysis of one of our own units. While we are all in different places in our learning journey, we thought it would be helpful to have a common experience for every staff member. The goal of this session is fluency in backward design, which grounds us in the big picture so that we can describe that picture to students when we're in the midst of daily instruction. Ultimately, we want students to understand the why of learning that goes far beyond the topic or the unit. So what do we mean by backward design principles? We'll guide our thinking today with the following 3 principles, starting with the first, that the point of school is effective understanding. Grant Wiggins, co-author of Understanding by Design, stated, "At the core of the UBD framework is the intention that students break through, really get it and use it, not just for a test, but for life." Content then becomes a tool for students to get to that understanding. And understanding is all about digging deeper, continually asking the essential questions and constantly rethinking the big ideas. The second principle of backward design states that the measurement of understanding provides students with the opportunity to make sense of and transfer the content they are learning. When we talk about transfer or application, as teachers we need to ask ourselves, can the student take the information and use it in a new context? Let's think about this. Benjamin Bloom, who authored Bloom's taxonomy, says, application is different from simple comprehension. The student is not prompted to give specific knowledge, nor is the problem old hat. The tests must involve situations new to the student. The idea here is that a student shouldn't be required to apply the content in the same way every time. Ideally, they should be able to take it into a new and relevant situation. In what ways are we asking students to think abstractly? Take about 15 seconds to read about the impact on design of student work. Whether a task is a Stage 2 summative assessment or a Stage 3 formative assessment, the idea is that all assignments apply to one of these 4 bullet points. While considering these design features, educators also need to align tasks with what students want. Take a moment to read some of what students want. The third principle focuses on backward design. As Stephen Covey reminds us, to begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination. It means to know where you're going so that you better understand where you are now, so the steps you take are always in the right direction. Now that we've reviewed the why behind backward design, let's take a look at the how. The main focus of Stage 1 is unpacking the content standards and focus on the big ideas. What should students know, understand, and be able to do? What content is worthy of understanding? What enduring understandings are desired? The first stage of the design process calls for clarity about learning priorities. The main focus of Stage 2 is valid evidence, which includes students showing their work and justifying or supporting their performance or product with commentary. What we assess and how we assess follows logically from Stage 1 goals. The main focus of Stage 3 is making sure that what we teach and how we teach follows logically from and aligns with Stages 1 and 2 goals. At this stage, teachers use their expertise with the art of teaching. This includes being responsive to differences in learners' readiness, interests, and preferred ways of learning. Teachers will use Stage 3 exemplar lessons as a standard of rigor and relevance. Take another 15 seconds to read about what understanding by design is. In the UBD framework, teachers are coaches of understanding, not mere sources of content or activity. They design for and support meaning making and transfer by the learner and adjust to achieve intended results. UBD is a living document that takes on greater meaning when studied carefully in content teams, as we will all do in a moment. Take 15 seconds to read about what understanding by design is not. Stages 1 and 2 are designed to create a common set of goals and assessments that every student will experience. Stage 3, the learning plan, is a model of what an instructional plan could look like. The learning plan needs the educator's personality, creativity, and knowledge of where students are.